seemingly doing tons of mental damage. Can they rebound here today? Can G2 rebound after such a tough loss to Paper Rex? Those are the questions for me, is whose mental is going to be stronger today, and it's going to be a brawl here to start outside of C.
You know, already the 4v4 stack set up here. Just thrown up over the top, going to be able to spot out plenty. Mako tucked there into the corner, ready with the paranoia, but doesn't get the opportunity to send it. And it's going to be a full ship across the map, one of which that DRX is quite far behind. TP across from Flashback to try to reinforce this position, but that site should be primed for the taking.
I'd like to see them get a little bit pacier ahead of this, see if they can prevent the plant if possible. They do pop the vine, so they're giving themselves an opportunity here to maybe cause a little chaos.
Get themselves in a position. Spike going to be going down here from Jonah P. No way to try to dissuade that here for now. Shot across. Jogamo going to get tagged up down to 45. Swing onto the corner, trying to utilize that frenzy, but nearly gets spammed out, and as he swings, Hyunmin is there to collect. A 3v5 now for the retake. Valen able to find one, finds two. Smako does put him down. Salvo sent to try to delay. Trent still with another pulse ready to go. Fires it out. Just looking to buy some time, keep them off of this spike. Players suffering a good, strong amount of damage here on the side of DRX. Everybody low. The base in now and freeing. Able to collect one there on the Trent. Now it's down to leave. Finds the two, but the defuse is already in. DRX take away the pistol.
That was oh so close, but I love DRX's game plan here. Go heavy C early, leave the Vice onto A, expecting that that's going to be the rotation path that G2 is going to want to take off of that Taeho drone. And they're so quick to get onto site to start causing chaos. That's when DRX is at their best on the defender side. It's when they're hitting teams right as they're trying to plant or right after, when they can't get into those comfortable post-plant setups.
And non-surprisingly, it's going to be that Stinger by coming through here for the side of G2, looking to really turn the tides instantly. So you have Hyunmin out wide here by Mount. Still thrown up over the top, going to get the spot there. Looks like they still want to try to engage on this position, and Jogamo able to go ahead and find him despite the paranoia. And that's going to be a weapon collected. Spam flies through. Mako able to barrel stuff to find one, but does get taken down. That leads the player advantage still here to the side of G2.
I like the ideas, though, from DRX early, where they're trying to shut down that Taeho drone before it can get some value, but it's still got enough, and it's still set up Jogamo for that first kill. There's a rotation, though, coming out of G2. They want to go to the other side of the map. They want to try to test that A Vice setup again. There is the wall there, or the vines inside of Tree proper. Leaf just sticking around here to keep the DRX players busy.
Doesn't eat any damage, puts a little bit back there in kind, and actually finds himself an elimination. Looking for the second, but can't draw down the classic, but the damage is still dealt. 2 HP here on Fring, puts all of the weight on Bane's shoulders. Mind that balance still does have that recovered Bulldog from the hands of Hyunmin to make this all the more impossible for DRX.
30 seconds left.
So gonna be so difficult. Yeah, Fring just so low on health there.
That instantly the pop flash the spot, and there's the spray down. Jogamo with 3 gets G2 on the board. The 4 Stingers, they end up singing true for G2 once again.
They're just so brilliant. I mean, it's obviously this team's calling card, and they're showing you why. Even if you know it's coming, it can be so difficult to stop the spot there. From the Fade util. On point for G2. Leaf's so good in that moment, and with Stingers of their own, you can see that DRX just not quite as capable with that weaponry versus their opponents. So it's going to be a couple Sheriffs, the buy-up. Jogamo does have an outlaw there.
Full gamble stack towards the C side of the map, but G2 already poking and prodding over towards A.
This is all part of the game plan, because if you went back and watched the tape from G2 versus Paper Rex, it was a lot of C pressure. It was a lot of Taeho drone to clear mound into C hits, using the snake bite, the Taeho launchers, and all that stuff to come through and open up some of that space. So DRX trying to get ahead of the curve a little bit if possible, but G2 has a good read on it so far.
As they swing this corner, they have to know exactly where everyone from G2 is at. TP back into the spawn for Flashback, try to create a little bit of surround pressure here. The damage going to be found there on the lead, puts him to 29. Jogamo here to reinforce. Outlaw at the ready. Should be Fring's demise if they get ready to swing in. There it is. The first one drops back off the top of rock there, so it's unable to find that second potential kill. Prowler getting a munch and now has to try to go for the reload, but Hyunmin caught off guard, just too many targets. Say note flashback on that flank, and now it's just Bane to try to see if he can stop this from being a flawless. And he cannot. Another 3K from Jogamo. The flawless from G2, and now the lead.
Yeah, it's so far, you're seeing a very different idea of how to approach the map from G2. But it's still some smiles on the face of DRX. Something I was a bit worried about after that devastating loss to Fnatic, where they had to be feeling like they should have won that series 2-0. Instead, they fall 1-2. It's going to be Mako grabbing an Odin here. You actually don't see that every day. He's going to be
certainly not
planting himself in a tree. It's definitely not a weapon that he's known for, not something that we typically in Pacific are very familiar with. A bit of early spam, the haunt to try to get him set up. Valen does get caught, but he's behind the rubble.
Yeah, reveal on the 2. Paranoid's going to be sending him, trying to take some aggressive space up and over the top. Here goes Hyunmin. The frags back, avoiding the shots there from Jogamo's Outlaw. Which absolutely would have been his demise. Half armors on everyone aside from Freeing.
DRX already thinking about maybe they're a rotate coming through, or at least giving up a little bit more space. Mako's got to be careful. Full forces, other than Leaf, of G2 are starting to march their way forward. Really going to take a pause here, though, RG2. This worked so effectively for Fnatic. Just waiting out DRX, seeing if they get impatient.
Swing in, just giving Mako too much to think about. They are able to overwhelm the Omen, finding that kill. Freeing, however, holding for that flank in towards B, is able to find one. Juggo trying to pop out and get that shorty in action. Just finding a good amount of damage on the Hyunmin, but cannot get the elimination. DRX with the player advantage. Well, boys, that try to go ahead and turn things around here in this map and tie it up.
30 seconds left.
Freeing's able to find Valen. Now it's just down to Trent. Freeing will be able to collect the third. 2-2. DRX answering back.
Well, the effective bonus, not going to go G2's way. Some good ideas, though. I mean, getting that early kill onto Mako, creating a little bit of extra space, but Gunman here, Johnny on the spot, Freeing as well, noting Leaf's lurk. Makes this a lot easier. Gunman finds a great timing on that swing from Heaven as well. Yeah, okay. That's good. I mean, Freeing's one of the players I have my eyes on for this match. He struggled against Fnatic, and he needs to pick it up. I mean, obviously, yes, you're looking at those double duelists, but Freeing, especially in terms of tracking down Leaf, making sure he can't cause problems because of how good Leaf was against Paper Rex, that's going to be a huge task for the young gun. A little bit of another mound hit here. DRX really wants to show up the seats. I like this game plan, though. I really do. Even if this doesn't work, I think these are the right decisions to be making.
Flash gets together. The Trent is there, able to play anti, and he guns down both duelists. Now the drone around the corner, getting the spot here on Mako. He doesn't manage to hold his own for one, but he's going to be stunned here into the corner, blinded up and taken down. Trent with a 3K. Just wants to go ahead and continue this pendulum swing of round wins. Right back in the G2's favor. He snaps on for Bane's head and now is on for an ace, but Freeing is not looking to give him the opportunity. He's going to be sticking to the opposite side of the map. Maybe Trent goes hunting. But this round is absolutely G2's.
No doubt. Again, I don't mind the ideas here from DRX, but it's read nicely by G2. They've got a good sense of what the change-ups for their opponents were going to be. You know, looking back onto it, DRX played very safe, very not to lose against Fnatic, to be honest, on this map. And in my mind, I'm thinking they've got to turn up the pace. They got to get aggressive on the defender's side sometimes to at least get it in the minds of their opponents that that's something that's going to be possible, to make them a little bit more cautious about moving around the map. So it's not that big of a deal in this round, especially because you've still got money behind this for DRX to go into the next one. It's just a matter of Freeing. Can he come through here? Trent's on the hunt.
Running out of time to be able to try to find this one, but he's going exactly to the right location. If he swings around this corner just fast enough, he's peeking in and he will get shut down. Freeing will retain his weapon. Asking, what was that?
It's a great turn of the flash. Needed a little bit more behind this, though. Just one flash. I feel like you could have dashed Hyunmin up and over. He could throw the Saturate into that corner position where Trent was standing, maybe. I think you can add a little bit more layer to that C main hit.
Hey, that's
but really for DRX,
right
with this comp, when they're the most successful on the defender side, it's getting aggressive early or disrupting plants. Those are really where they curious if they'll play for the orb for Hyunmin here to get the convergent paths available. They do have the Steel Garden as well, so I think a lot of this round is going to be about dodging G2's initial sight hit. You know, they've got the Fade ult, they've got the Taeho ult. Can you shut that down before you can get into that pit in the post plant?
It's going to be the drone again, up and over the top. Does get cleared by flashback, but his head is taken off. Great shot from Jogamo, and it's another critical punish being found here.
This is going to be interesting. The device wall is a little bit deeper here, so we just get a TP out from Jog. But the clone doesn't catch it. So this might catch G2 a little bit off guard if they commit to this C hit.
Mako, though, seeing trading back some blows there against Jogamo. This does lend all of DRX to know that this attack is going to be coming through here on this C side of the map. So now the Steel Guardian is just going to be sent out. It's Jogamo able to TP forward past the wall, which has not yet been popped, but Bane able to pop him in response. And now Mako gets into position to try to hold the line here at this B side, pushes forward into the smoke, finds the timing, and Trent gets caught off guard, taken down. Paranoia is sent, but no one to receive it, as there's a spot out on the Leap, who's now at a risk. He'll be sprayed down by Freeing. Two players remaining here. It's Valen and Jonah P to try to see if they can work some magic. Time is getting away from him, but Valen finds a critical opening. Doesn't know what that B site would be primed for the taking. Instead, he's going to rotate back around and try to get this entry here onto the C side of Spring. Does get spotted, sprayed out of the corner. Quick pivots here from Baines. He tries to get back into position. The time starting to tick. They go across. Getting ready to come through, and Jonah P, fast on the jump, is able to find Bane with a second to spare, and now comes down to Mako to see if he can clutch this up. Spots the first, gets the headshot, but he's down to 32. Watch them run. He's going to TP all the way across over towards Waterfall, but now has to rescale, clear this position. Shadows traveling. Still doesn't have a damn clue where Valen's at.
He's got to hit a headshot here.
It's pretty much his only recourse that he has available to him, and I don't think he's going to read Valen out here at main. He does not. He gets taken down. The timeout does not find the conversion. G2 will stretch the lead by 2 rounds as Valen gets the crowd going.
Just tremendous awareness from Jonah P to clear that corner. That really opens things up, and expecting Bane to try to be hustling to see if he can delay the plant because of the time that's left on the clock. Great work from Valen in the post plant as well.
Who's the most experienced one now? Let's go, baby. Come on, boys.
It's still Mako.
It's still Mako.
Maybe not from an IGL perspective.
That's true.
Full sheriffs here for the side of DRX. Also plenty for the side of G2, and Valen starting off the round the way that he ended the previous one.
They still have the Armageddon in Trent. Valen has his ult. Still have the Viper's Pit for a post plant. Freeing going on a lurk. But it's being watched by Trent. Beautiful.
And even if that first layer gets broken down, you've got Leaf right around the corner to trade that back and deny a weapon recovery. G2 playing this very well, very patiently. It's allowing for DRX to just fall into their traps they have set up around the map.
Yeah, they're really playing some nice ideas. They've got good reads, good recovery when things went sideways in that previous round, so all indications that G2 has righted the ship since the loss to Paper Rex. It's going to keep their slow march forward. A flash. Flashback.
Swinging in. It's a bit of damage there, but Bane going to take it down at the same time. Full blind, connecting on the lead. Flashback going to be able to recover a weapon at least. Gunman, however, needing to try to hold this line, and he cannot. Tagged out by the Haunt, hounded down by the Shorty. Question is, Flashback, does he try to play this in for any kind of damage, or to just hold on to the Phantom? It seems like it's likely going to be the latter. Does have an escape route set up there with that gate crash.
Yeah, time to just save. Keep that extra little bit of cash available if possible. Just nice work from G2. Winning some of their battles out in the open, taking Mako down quick at treat, and just slow and steady. Keep scaling in towards A. And it is a round in their hands. Still going to be sitting on those ults, and Jogamo's going to be one away from Dimensional Drift, which is a borderline 100% win for him on this map when he has it. He won so many in their previous matchup.
I mean, sure, he might die when he comes out and tries to shorty somebody, but
But
more often than not, he's setting up the rest of the team. Flashback, able to find one here. Jonah P just looking to spam him out. Should be safe as sprint on the flank, not going to be able to get there in time, so the weapon will be carried over, but G2 continue to get further and further ahead here of DRX.
Yeah, this is a very pivotal round in this map for DRX. Got Bane's ultimate. Flashback also went away from his. And you've got the rifles. And the Econ not going to be great behind this. Meanwhile, G2 is sitting on everything but their Fade ultimate. So you need to make this one go. You need to get some value out of this. Win that mound fight early would be nice. But Jogamo has been so fearsome on the Yoru. He's been hitting some great shots to open things up for them, getting that big first kill.
Takes a TP to the front of B. It's like Hyunmin not really biting on this clone at least. Silence on the C front for now as Mako just looks to try to cycle these one-ways. Jogamo jump peek off the box. Not going to be able to see much.
Yeah, should be the drone coming next. See Mako kind of waiting for it.
Drone going out.
It's clear, but now the mask goes on. Jogamo facing forward on the hunt. Does get blinded up as he goes forward here into the site. Might have just gotten the spot there on the Mako, but it's hard to say. Either way, he's just going to be tucked in the smoke. It seems like maybe this has gone on scout, and maybe he just slipped the net. They can't steady the spray. Cannot collect the first. And Freeing cannot get anything in follow-up. Jogamo surviving with 33 HP as Hyunmin's now out into the open with Cracks back at 6 HP. Jogamo getting spammed down, but leave covering fires, able to flush Flashback out of back sight, and that has got to be another call to save now. To just hightail it away at every twist and turn. G2 just seems to have the upper hand.
No, they're just really on point right now. And the fact that Mako can at least get one there out of that position that G2 kind of seemingly thought about. They threw the Tejo concussed into the smoke, or right on the edge of it. They didn't expect him to be that tucked into that corner of the smoke. Jonah P gonna go see if he can find a few extra prizes, take these guns away that DRX so desperately wants to keep into this next round.
Got plenty of cash, and if he just turned around and wall banged, decent chance to be able to get some shots there onto Hyunmin. Sussing it out, though. Options for where they could be tucked away. Very limited, but it seems like they're not going to go hunting too hard here. They'll just be very happy with a 4-round lead and a flawless. Go ahead and expound upon that even further. Oh, great jump into the front.
Really clean shots. Leap. Still good for it.
Yeah, actually just knifed him. That was sprinting.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Time to work.
Absolutely. Going to be a tough one now. DRX, at least able to get a few of those ults out of that round, but going to be a shotgun for Mako.
And it's going to be counter spam to take down Hyunmin. Just finds a couple there into the head. It's that Waylay absolutely dismantled. Wall now pumped by the clone. Bane having to shift over. Try to maintain control of this position. Target-rich environment, the opposite side of that hall.
Bane's got to be so careful in that position. Oh, so close with that spam, but Mako going to tuck right back in.
Push now coming through, and Bane just cannot hold the line. Jogamo surviving with 70. Spike now to be planted here on this B site. And how are you meant to get back into this? What does the call end up looking like? Do you just hold on to the Vandal? Send the others out to their demise? Seems like it's going to be likely. It's Flashback scaling forward. Jonah P just on the opposite side. Retucks into A main. Flashback goes hunting. He is anticipating the angle, but he still cannot find that shot. Jonah P just too damn fast, too damn clean. It's back across. Jump should have been heard there. The Freeing, not sure about the presence around the corner, so just splits his attention, falls to the wayside, and it's another round for G2.
Yeah, the discipline, so good for G2. Again, the early spam finds value. Jonah P ready for the attempted flank by Flashback. Bane there just never comfortable in that position. And again, G2 with these mid-round pauses, it's something that DRX really struggles with on this map. They can't really figure out their opponent's rotations. They're not able to take full advantage of this high tempo comp that they've got going against ideas like this, and they still
won't be clashing against one another, at least not yet. See which one is going to be able to maximize the value from these hefty rifle purchases. Clear the haunt, the Prowler to check. Jogamo just trying to swing out a little bit wider. The reveal's going to be found, but Mako playing back rubble. Just doesn't have the cover there. Actually really enabled Jogamo to get on that angle, so he ends up getting taken down. Trent now falling low, and Flashback posted up outside of B, finds one, finds two, and puts the spike down on the floor. The swing in, this time Jonah P. Not going to be able to find the value off the Yod, and DRX suddenly look like they have woken up off the back of that timeout call.
Yeah, this is a good read to finally go back to some of that A rubble control I was talking about that DRX really likes on this map. And a big part of it is, yeah, you get the one kill, but you force them to the other side, right into Flashback's top. He's able to take so much space. It's not challenged at all by G2. And this is such an important part of DRX's defender's side game. You're going to see it on Abyss as well, is that op from Flashback. If he can be on point with it, he is a game changer for sure. You saw a little bit of that in the previous round.
Some signs of life here from DRX. There is still a pulse, but whether or not they can fully be rescued, that is yet to be seen. Is looking for that dive, looking for that collapse in as that Nightfall crashes across, but everybody from G2 very quick to exit. Side back away. Spike now going to get scooped up.
I was just about to say, look where they're leaving that Spike. They're going to try to play with the other side of the map. The Vice Wall a little bit further back again.
He can Flashback, able to find the headshot there on the Trent.
Crazy good.
Decent amount of their space-making util now out of the hands of G2.
You have the fade all.
Flashback just going to go sprinting forward to try to scout everything out. Seems like he's seen plenty. There's Valen just TPing in. They just can't hear a damn thing. Freeing going to be struck down the plant now, getting ready to come through. Bane clearing the haunt, swinging in, and Jogamo has his number. Flashback frantically looking for anything that he can get with his operator in hand. Spotted on the one, but now Jogamo looking to close the gap, swings forward. And I think he saw Mako, but Mako will be able to find that kill, but now finds himself in a 1v3. Response here from G2. So damn clean. Valen always willing to take the risk, to make the bold plays. Fring was none the wiser. Operator will have to be saved, you would suspect. Final peek here from Mako, but nothing to be seen. It's going to be G2 now. They're getting up to 8 DRX, the best they can hope for. It's got to be that 4 to 8 scoreline here at the half, but every single time they have gotten a round win, they have not been able to find the follow-up. G2 just continue to smother.
Yeah, this ult combo, something that G2 is so good at. Didn't really see this attempted versus Paper Rex. It just catches him a bit off guard. To that, he sees the player go by.
He lost him.
Yeah, he just says, well, I'm gonna let him go and check again. Jogamo's so good at pushing that back alley on C site. He does it time and time again. And he's so clean. He's so tricky with his util. Love the way that he does it on a lot of maps too. G2 gets the site, he's gonna start pushing space. If they get A, sometimes they'll push stairs. Yeah, that's clone. But a little bit tricky right now for DRX to read what's going on. But you should see Trent, that's when things should start kind of be worrying, and now the Jogamo ult.
Yeah, here we go again. Has it at the ready, has the spot here on the Freeing. Quick exit here around the corner, and Flashback dead to Valen's hands. Didn't even really need to jump at Jogamo. Going to get caught with util. As the Steel Garden now going to be invested. Spike not planted. This allows for DRX to quickly flood back in. Stop that spike from going down. Well, shorties in hand. Valen here around the corner. Looking for that first one, but it's going to be Freeing. Finding himself a third as Leap also does get taken down. The 4K now coming through and Freeing. One bullet has to get the reload. It's on for the ace. Spike is stranded. And almost certainly the round over. Unless Jonah P can take him to school. Just doesn't know. And all three players are forward here on the site. Prowler gets the scout onto one. Checking the close angle from the counter spam. It's going to be Bane to take it away. I don't think Freeing going to be too bothered. They needed that round.
Still though, you can see why G2 likes this map, why they are very comfortable to pick into it. It's not surprising to me at all. I thought for sure this was going to be their pick against DRX.
The double duelist now getting ready to go on the attack. DRX needing to run this back in a big way. They found that opening pistol. They're going to need to find it again. This time, not drop the anti-eco. There's a kill behind Jogamo at 12-8-2. Need to see the step up, though, from Hyunmin, from Bane. Got to see a little bit of life from Flashback once that operator come online, but it didn't last too long.
See if this has some pace behind it here. Chog has the TP set up, so he's okay.
Refract did get popped here.
They were looking for corner contact there. One of the rounds versus Paper X, it was just a big fight at B. So DRX just looking to see if they could kind of replicate and get some success out of it themselves. Gunman, though, taking a lot of space here.
Yeah, up and over the top. Should have seen Valen there at top row. All of G2 pulling back. Mako forward at stairs. Just trying to cycle these smokes forward, freeing. Catching a glimpse there as he plays around the back of Rubble. Checking to A main, trying to see if there's going to be that deep flank coming through, but we can tell G2, everybody now pushing forward from stairs, from Baby Door. Paranoia at the moment on this line. Not going to be connecting here on Mako, so he's able to find the first touch back into back sight. Out to safety, and Hyunmin's there for the covering fire. Flashback as well, getting involved. A lock on from Hyunmin, able to find Leaf, and now it's down to Jogamo in a 1v3. Frenzy in hand can certainly deal some damage, finds the first. Hyunmin low, but Jogamo lower. Tagged down to 10, and Bane still there on that flank. Will be able to put him down. It's going to be another pistol going the way of DRX. Question becomes, can they get the follow-up?
Man, for a moment there, I thought we might see another Jogamo magic frenzy clutch like we did against DRG. The man is something special with that gun. And he came close. He did a ton of damage. But DRX just sturdy enough, and that entry there, able to take advantage of a weakness, a little bit of a buy up for Leaf.
From the defending side, not looking to go for the singers here, so we'll just be a ghost for Leaf. Still going to be an attempted crunch play out of B main, one at which Freeing quickly does identify and calls for some reinforcements, but G2 have already backed away.
Yeah, it's good from DRX to at least respect it. Make sure that they can use that long-range weaponry to shut it down. And you don't know, who knows, maybe there's stingers coming through.
Flashback already.
This is
very forward space.
Yeah, this is something they were doing a lot against Fnatic, and something that I think they've taken out of Paper X's book, watching the way something can get info, push through on towards A, and at least keep track of what's going on.
Oh, looks away from the angle there. As the door gets tapped, Valen's attention gets pulled in from behind. It's a little bit of a team saturate there. Flashback still going to be looking to play very riskily. Jogamo, I don't think he's going to register that there's already a player right behind the box around the corner. Shoulder not going to be spotted here. As Flashback goes walking forward, quick scopes in. He's able to find Trent. Goes walking forward, quick scopes in. He's able to find Trent. Clone now out, swings the corner, gets the spot here, gets the kill in his dying breath. So Marshall can be handed over to Leaf, but not sure if he's going to get too many opportunities to try to utilize it. Goes down the stairs instead. Now it's just Jonah P. Held at bay by the Vice Wall, but needing to try to get into range to maybe find himself dead to the spike, but it's going to be Mako instead. No forced buy, no drop round. DRX now just 2 away from tying things up.
But you got to be feeling good if you're a DRX fan, seeing some of the confidence, especially out of Flashback with the sniper rifles. It's such a big piece of the puzzle for them. And if he's willing to take these aggressive fights like that, he's got to be feeling it. And that's good. That's what you need. Just a nice little call here. A site was really where, especially early on Paper X's attacker side, where they did a ton of damage against G2 on this map. So let's see if that's something that DRX wants to do. If they're going to try to be a little bit ambiguous with it, or at least make them respect the C hits early. See a bit of a commitment. There is going to be that Odin early for Jonah P. Flashback not happy with what he's seeing, and he's right to get the hell out of there.
Quick exit, and this does have them funneling in now to the weaker sites. Just Valen here to try to hold this line. We're going to be scooped up one away from a dimensional drift here for Flashback as Hyunmin goes on the entry. The Thorn's now going to be popped. G2 scrambling to try to get into position to go for a retake. Jogamo very fast to arrive. Try to lay some pressure in through this smoke, but just doesn't have eyes on anything.
If you can keep him contained, you can get that Taeho going with the U-tilt.
Salvo's still going to be available here as Trent. Double forward facing towards Waterfall. They're able to tuck back, but now the Salvo here at freeing speed, and he is going to be dead to rights. Jonah P is also able to find Bane at the same time. The post plant's falling apart as Jogamo mows him down. Bonus conversion not to be found. It's going to be a flawless ante here from G2.
Just love the way they play this. Just keep them pinned in the sight. You've got so much great U-tilt between the Viper, the Fade, the Taeho, and of course Jogamo. Get the job done. Tremendous work from him. Oh, what a nice little transfer there. Another 3K for him. 18 kills, 10 deaths on the map for the duelist of G2. That was just the bonus for DRX. Now, we go to Rifle v Rifles. Odin carried over. This is where things get real interesting. This is where we start to see if DRX has legs on this map to make a run back, make it close. Have to wait and see.
Who's next?
Dimensional drifts could be exchanged here in this round. It's going to be Flashback using his first. Jogamo and is available for a retake. Freeing now going to be cut off from the rest of the team, forcing him to lurk all the way back across, potentially through Baby Door. There's two players on the hunt as the spike now does go down here on this C site.
Planted.
Man, they back freeing way off though. See if he can get the read and get back over quickly.
He's losing critical time here. G2 is going to have a player advantage. Quick clear of the drone. Salvo still available. Sees onto the corner there at Waterfall. Nothing going to be spotted. Jogamo goes forward. Dimensional drift. Catching a glimpse of one. Looks up. Will be able to find Bane. Drops down. Salvo's there at his feet. He's able to avoid him. And Jogamo finds the first. And Mako, none the wiser. Taken down from behind. Because now it's just freeing, frantically spraying and praying. But his prayers are not going to be answered. G2 once again overwhelm and dismantle DRX.
Man, Jogamo is just an absolute treat here. I mean, Mako just caught very off guard. Comms maybe not quite coming through in time. I mean, he's so fast with it anyway. He gets right up there and gets on his feet. Well deserved. That puts him up to 21.
Alex, bro, you're in there like swimwear, whatever they say.
I don't think, do people say that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, in there like swimwear.
I've never heard that.
Hard in the paint,
That I've heard.
but
Cutting through.
I didn't think I'd hear
I used to be a
somebody
swimmer.
as young as Valid saying that.
I was on swim team. I never heard it. Well, DRX going to be down to a couple Guardians and Sheriffs. Try to see if they can turn things around.
Oh.
Mako, though, okay.
ADS'd in. Doesn't really find any damage at all. Mako armorless, able to just somehow dodge his way through all those. Oh, decent little fish damage there. Flashback taken down to 49. Oh, that's going to be a spot there on Mako now. You can see it. Identifying factor is Jonah P. Re-swings back into Drake. 2 kills going to be cleaned up. Finds himself a third as well. Spring will be able to deny the exit from Jogamo, but now it's he and Mako. Guardians in hand. Trying to see if they can try to recover this spike. Freeing now has been taken down. It's all on Mako. Does manage to find the pen shot. He gets the punish here onto the Odin, so spike now going to be recovered.
That's his ult.
He does have the ult, but does he decide to go for it? Still just that Guardian. Still no armor. It still is Mako. It still is certainly possible.
I think they've got a read on where Leaf went. They pinged it out on the map.
Cover going out.
Mako's going to be given the 1v1 a chance.
They might think that this smoke is going to be an attempt to fake. Mako still playing forward here into this A site. The time, however, getting away from him. He's going to face away from him. He's going to face in towards backside. And Trent ends up getting timings. The 3K so far. Guardian v Guardian, the armor advantage. A swap of the weapons now. Mako gets the Phantom. Gets a chance to try to bail them out and get DRX right back into this.
What a moment it would be. How many times have we seen Mako with those big clutches, but Leaf so good in these scenarios as well.
Turns away right as he would have seen the gun barrel. Leaf instead sliding over towards drop, goes for a quick peek. Goes for the tap. He's holding it the half, and Mako is back! A Red Bull clutch on the biggest stage to get DRX back into this map.
What a magician. No armor in this round. Able to out-duel the Odin through the wall spam with just a few seconds left on the clock. About 9 when Trent gets taken down. Mako gets it done. Old reliable finds a way to keep DRX in. Gives them some hope, but it's going to be an operator for Jogamo to back up that Odin of Jonah P. Heavy firepower for G2. The hit coming in.
Quickly in. Trent there at upper. Peek coming through. Hyunmin nearly caught. Just the tuck into the corner, avoids the stun.
Face your fear.
Here's the drone. As the clone goes through. Shot, however, from Jogamo. Up close and personal, up in hand, is able to find it there. Player advantage once again going to be found for Paranoia. Dodge, freeing, eating damage, and just gets mowed down. As they double face in, Jogamo gets the swap, gets the kill on the Bane. The flash is there, but the spray is not. Flashback running out of bullets, and now Mako once again having to do it all, but this time in a 1v5. Finds the first to defuse, being stuck. The push coming in, gets the first and the up from Trent. Will shut down any potential follow-up heroics. G2 once again, just do not allow DRX to wiggle their way back into this. They maintain a 4-round lead.
And again, it's this contain that they're able to set up a huge opener for Jog, the TP as well. Off the back of the Nightfall, DRX has no idea it's coming. What a phenomenal ult that has been for them in a couple of these rounds. It's been a difference maker. That Viper wall as well, being pivotal to cut off that angle, that Mako, that crossfire that he wants to set up. So well put together from G2.
Has himself a hero Vandal. Is the pit immediately going to be invested on the B site? Prowler for the check, but no follow-up spam to try to find Leaf.
And this buy is painful for DRX. Can't even get sheriffs on a couple players.
Jogamo has the flick, flashback, sat down.
Fake teleport. Time to jump.
Gate crash at the ready to relocate should he need to.
Freeing, playing around on the edge of the Viper's pit there, over by B, looking to try to catch him off surprise, but Jogamo just too good.
It can be recovered. We'll go now into the hands of Hyunmin, who's been having a rough go of it, 6-13-7. Can he answer anything back is the question. Nice G2. Very well poised to get themselves slotted up to map point, and Jogamo's not done yet. Already some chance for the ace coming through here from the audience. Bane's gonna look to try to find an opening. Slot freeing forward here onto the site, but Trent is just too damn fast on the draw. Green will find the one, he'll drop the pit, but cannot drop Trent. G2 up to 12.
Solid, consistent play, and Jogamo, his reign of destruction here on Lotus, is sending DRX reeling. 3 big kills again. I don't know how many 3Ks he has in this game, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
He's got 27.
He is just unreal today. I mean, you hear it talked about him all the time, and he's showing it. A big game player, and he always shows up when G2 needs him.
27 and 19 rounds. Disgusting performance here from Jog. 1.5 limbs per round. Just quickly some space being taken over here towards A. Tap at the door. Jonah P hanging back and getting an immense amount of damage there on Mako. Takes him to 43, and Trent on the peek up from stairs. Able to find freeing. A catch on the Jogamo there at drop, but no one's pushing forward, no one's scaling to really try to take him down. Presence now known, finds the shot, Hyunmin dead. A 2v4 to try to extend the map here for DRX. Now, the 1v4. Bane completely, utterly screwed as the util dump goes his way. Had Fallon not killed him, the Armageddon certainly would have. The defuse is in, and G2 claimed victory here on their map pick alone.
Here from G2, but going up against what has been, in my book, the best Abyss team in the world in 2025 is DRX. They've been so fearsome on this map, but looks like we might have a battle here right away. Drone gets the headhunter bullets out though. Spot on the Leaf, that's gonna force the retreat here. Should open up some space. Grab of the orb. Wait out of the shock dart. Is gonna be that trademark inside of that smoke. kind of interesting to me. I thought maybe the deadlock would be something that DRX would have to contend with.
Oh. Nasty opening shot. Two players tagged down low here on the side of DRX. Rough start to the pistol. Just a reminder, they were able to collect both pistol round wins on Lotus.
They're going to get the info off this drone that they haven't rotated over to B just yet. Still a lot of time on the clock, and DRX being very patient. Very unusual.
Opens up a lot of space here for Jogamo, and that also allows for these rotations to come back through to reinforce this site. So Valen making his way through.
Going to get that extra angle from Freeing, though. That could be the difference maker.
Paranoia not going to connect.
30
Leaf
seconds
just here around the corner on the peak, gets the spot, but makes a quick little exit there with the rendezvous. Spike for now, going to be planted. His flashback does manage to find one. Jogamo held at bay here by this trip, and it looks like he might just end up having to be rerouted, but will eventually look to clear this, and nearly does get caught on the timing. Flash going to be sent through the frenzy up close. Able to find the kill. Seen a good amount of damage. He's coming. Looks for a second if he's able to find it. Joining in alongside Flashback. Jogamo has been spotted. It's going to be Flashback to collect the third and finals. DRX will go 3 for 3 on the pistols.
Oh boy. Did not feel comfortable at all. Seeing some of the value of that chamber with the damage done, but DRX able to wait things out just long enough. Right as G2 is starting to get the read, starting to get the idea that this is still going to be an A hit. So when they spring into action, Flashback so hot on this map. Gonna go right back in to that Marshall. Guardian for Hyunmin, no buy up for G2 on this one, no stingers. But they just wanna brawl, they wanna rumble.
Shots coming through, Flashback with that Marshall. Looking for that follow-up shot. Able to find it though. Sleep peels back a kill before getting traded up. DRX. Two-player advantage. Jogamo just with the classic to try to see if he can work some magic. Maybe could find a timing here on the Freeing. Would just be a ghost collected. Freeing now going to be spotted. There's the headshot. There's the finisher. Jogamo offered up a little bit more firepower. See if he can put it to use already. Decent damage dealt here. Flashes himself in on the peak from tower. Gets the ping reveal as well. There'll be 10 minutes on the flank to go ahead and put him down. So Guardian Bulldog going to be carried over. DRX get the 2-0 start.
I mean, believe it or not, DRX hasn't dropped a pistol yet, and they are just kind of in cruise control in some ways, but this round pretty scrappy. Just walk right into the meat grinder and, you know, able to find a headshot there is Leaf. Jog able to find the counter lurk timing on the Freeing, but still not too bad. 2 rifles aren't going to be bought into this one. Freeing and Flashback. Bane just going to stick with the Ghost. Let's see what they want to do. B site. A lot of pressure could be put onto Valen.
It makes the jump. At the moment, DRX, no one looking to play around the angle. Hyunmin making some noise here at B. Firing off a couple shots is Freeing. Going to be able to get the spot here on the Jogamo. He's wary about potential other pressure here in mid, scaling forward behind the wall. Goes up for the check, drops down, quick little exit. Got to make sure that you're riding that timing to a T. Looking for the flash forward, but Leaf gets one, gets out, Flashback dead.
Love that little idea. Slow up DRX's executes before they even begin. Take out Flashback. One of those big pieces in that double duelist setup to take space. Freeing again. Making his way through. Jonah P right here on the other side, though.
So weapon going to be collected. And one just had that Ghost at the ready. See the fall away here from Jonah P. And Hyunmin up and over the top. He's able to catch Leaf there. Off guard. Drone going for the push forward. And Jogamo able to find one, but Mako is there to trade it back. A 3v3 now. Spike planted. DRX potentially favored here is Hyunmin. Going all the way around the back flank. Trent gives it consideration here for a moment, but Hyunmin, he might just find a godlike timing, but time is now starting to run out, but there they are, out into the open for him. Trent the counter swing will be able to peel it back, bringing it to the 1v1. Up against Mako. The Bulldog v Phantom. Just a concuss remaining. He's got a decent idea of his position. Taps it, Mako on the swing! cannot find the kill. Trent will hold his own as the defuse comes through. Bonus conversion going to be denied, but at the cost of 4 players on the side of G2.
Still making them earn it. Mako there, picking each other up. Some good trades for the side of DRX. This flank, he had expected Trent to turn around. Maybe Hyunmin just takes a 4K in the round. Oh, the first bullet just misses for Mako. Can't quite get it done with the Bulldog. Just barely.
Allen trying to get the energy going. There's Leaf going to be giving it another chance to go ahead and hop around the side. Seems like he's got this one nailed to a T. Will be spotted there by the Dimensional Drift, opened up by Flashback, so they try to just go ahead, pop the ult, keep him isolated. Flashback into the back of side is able to go ahead and isolate and conquer as Jonah P also gets taken down. Jogamo, however, could absolutely be their undoing. The smoke dissipating here in main. Everybody lined up, but he's only going to be good for one. Any other gun might have been able to deliver a multi-frag round. Quick turns from DRX. They get the shutdown on the enemy Yoru. Now have themselves a 4v2 advantage. Both players from G2 saddled here in tower. Out to the side, Green going to be good for one, but Frank going to be good for two. 4K clutch. That's what's going to be necessary. Hyunmin lingering, lurking down below. Continuing to swing out, gets the spot, but Hyunmin gets the shot. DRX will maintain the lead, now 3-1.
Couple things in that round. First of all, Flashback's TP completely read by G2. They just couldn't beat him. He just wins. I mean, Leaf's looking right at him. Doesn't matter. Just better. And like you said, if that's any other gun, I mean, now you're seeing the effects, the knock-on effects, how much damage DRX did in their bonus, and what that brings for the firepower for G2. And yeah, so close.
Setup of a lifetime. Just didn't have the right tool for the job.
God, he's just so smart with the way he positions.
Situating a cage here, gets the cam forward and mid. Gets the spot out, sees Trent forward.
I must wait a moment.
Doesn't have to just go for the swing though. He's very much expecting this position from Jogamo, but he'll quickly bail himself out. A site completely evacuated now from the side of G2, but DRX continuing to lead in towards B.
Yeah, they're going to keep themselves hidden, so they might have to fight their way through. I mean, the executes are good. They can get the U to the land.
Can get very dangerous for DRX. Drone gets the spot. They're going to try to push forward off of this one. Ready to swing into the corner. Flash going to be flying. Jogamo going to be good for one. The Saturate connecting to Mako. Does manage to come up with 2 kills. Gunman up and over the top. Lands, but doesn't identify Trent's position, and he's able to find himself a second shot.
Good God.
They leap at 32 with just a classic. Should absolutely be dead to rights than he is. G2 continue to make these rounds dangerously close. Feels like they have no right to do so.
The Trent's feeling it. He is hitting some crazy good shots. DRX able to weather the storm, and they're able to get a good read on this aggressive push out. Saw that on the ecos on this map. We will get a little bit of that from G2. They like trying to put some pressure through. Just didn't register it. He saw him. Or maybe just thought his teammates would be there a little bit quicker. One of the two. But still have the Hunter's Fury for Bane, but the Altar in cycle for the side of G2.
And there's the Tour de Force. Leaf once again going to be posted up outside of A, and DRX once again going to be looking to try to tackle this B site. Jogamo just doing the Jogamo. Ping reveal, Hunter's Fury going to be sent out here, and that's going to be the kill. Jogamo going to be taken down, and it's going to be a follow-up tag on the Valen as well. Great value from Bane. Site's still not yet quite taken. Jonah P drops down, plants his feet, and finds a belter of a shot. Wow. Spot. Valen still thriving. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. Bane watching this drop here from Jonah P, needing to note that potential flank up from mid. Mako just going to be looking to dodge the Armageddon. TPing past it. Does manage to do so. Gunman finds Leaf. Swing in the corner. Mako has the kill. Gunman has the flank. And now it's another 1v1. Wall not going to have too much longer, but quick push back. With a classic at hand. Trent cannot find it. Gunman stands tall as DRX continue to run away with his attacker's side. Now 5-1.
It is by the skin of their teeth, man. This is so close. A great spot there for the Hunter's Fury. What a perfect target to find in that Yoru to get some good reads. Great reaction to the flank. Yunmin here, 11-2 now. Even freeing. You don't see that every day. You do not see too much in terms of him getting vocal, him getting loud.
Then the Cosmic Divide. All getting committed in.
Kind of curious if they're going to want to go for the Yoru ult into Hunter's Fury combo on this round, even though it is an eco for G2. Could have been something they talked about during that timeout. They're going to be taking a lot of space mid early. You know, Freeing has been called upon to lock down that mid area.
Fallon, do they get the read on him? Well, they get the spot, and Bane plays off that gorgeously. Straight between the eyes. Flashback now, tucked forward, gonna get spotted here. Trent looks to try to flush him out into the open. He's managed to do so. Cannot get the kill. Coming from on high, will find Jonah P. Leaf is gonna be good for the one. As everybody else gets picked apart, limb from limb. No thrifty conversion to be found there off the back of the timeout, but now we get ready to go into another buy for G2.
I mean, DRX is just so fast on some of these rounds that even with that mid control and that lurk that they're able to set up, it's too little too late. What a nice spot and a refract too from Yunmin. Oh my God.
Bit of a fadeaway.
Yeah, oh dude. Flashback hit a nice one in there. That is some sick, sharp shooting from DRX. Jogamo has his ult. Now you've got the op for Leaf into play. Is this going to be where G2 can get this half turned around against this fearsome DRX team who now wants to try to make sure that mid is clear for themselves, maybe even set up a TP play for Flashback. They throw the dart through and they just fake it. They're just faking this pressure, trying to bait a reaction.
It's also a good read overall here from the side of G2. They've been doing heavy mid pressure pretty much every single round.
Yeah.
The one time the DRX actually pays attention to it at the start, there is no one there to get caught off guard.
They were just looking to see if they could set up Flashback for the big TP in play. Already freeing in towards those vents. Jogamo. This is such an unorthodox angle. Just kind of depends on how much time is left on that TP.
Jones not going to be able to check him here. Salvo, try to get a catch, gets the cancel there from Bane. Wait it out. Here's the tap of the orb, but not going anything for quite just yet. Gate crash.
Portal closed.
Does expire. He's going to go jumping for it, but Gunman is right there, ready and waiting. The corpse goes sailing down into the abyss below.
I respect the attempt. I really do.
And now, bonus on the rest of the players. Is Trent going to be spotted out? Just overwhelmed. Gunman coming up with three, freeing. Noting the flank takes the op right out of their hands. Jonah P. Have to pull off an ace clutch, but realistically all he wants to do is try to rescue this operator, but now the tripwire's been placed there, making it nigh unrecoverable. We'll just tuck away. This round is over, and DRX got to get themselves a 6-round lead.
They're just so explosive on this map. It's just so impressive how well drilled they are here. And just how ahead of the curve of every team they are. And G2 even tried to throw the chamber into the mix to see if maybe that would help. Maybe if they could get some more, value, able to stop some of those big executes, maybe get those big kills with the op or with the headhunter early. None of that has really worked out. It kind of almost did on the pistol, but kind of doesn't really count in this situation, and Gunman continues to be a wrecking ball. He is so on point, getting set up there by Bane's util. He also would love to give a shout out to him on this map. I love the way he pilots the Sova. He's so great.
Lotus, 3 ults and a half?
Yeah. Oh, he had
been able to utilize that at all.
7 3Ks on Lotus, 230 average damage per round. He was obliterating them. With a different map, a different scenario. DRX is back into their comfort. A little bit deeper util here. Got that trademark way up by B-Link. Like the ideas with this pressure, these one and dones.
Riding a line, goes for the peak. Good amount of damage, and as he continues to swing in to try to find a Punisher on Amako, he's able to hold his own. Minor damage suffered. comes away with that kill. Jonah P now dead, and that's the one rifle that they had saved from the previous round that now needs to be recovered. Granted, it is free for the taking. No one is there to challenge this one from the side of DRX, but instead they're just piling forward here onto this B site.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, there's just not much Valen can do. Try to look for a timing maybe off this recon.
And everybody else is just a different area code. Grim now going to be cleared out. Valen going to be good for a shot. Does manage to put down Kunmin. Trent's position known. Leaf now arriving, but previously had been worked down to 21 health.
Here.
They
Find
checked
some
the cam.
very snappy shots.
Yeah. Oh, they faked the clone through the trip.
Draws some attention, but there's still plenty of DRX players here. Try to shut this down as Flashback finds the second. Look for the reset. Bane unable to pull it up, and Mako's there to go ahead and spare their blushes. 3 players surviving. Now 8-1.
Yeah, it's so fun to watch this DRX team on this map.
Yep.
They are just unbelievable. It's time and time again. They're doing the right things, making the right reads. Part of it is because of the way they play off of their Sentinel and their Initiator util. They get so much map info early. They generally have been kind of at least making them respect mid. This time it's all B, all the way it looks like, with where that Cypher setup is.
Just keep hitting this site and basically just keep avoiding Leaf. Quick glimpse, spot out there onto Valen. Bane's going to be the one that brings the spike forward here onto the site. Does have that Hunter's Fury, so we'll see if he's going to be able to fade away and get into a position where he can actually utilize that in the round. Could be a critical turning point ultimate here for DRX to try to maintain this win streak. Talking about at the same time, though. Looking to push forward. The Hunter's Fury now coming in, just looking to try to cause some disruption. Final pulse going through. Does manage to get a tag. Jogamo going to be taken low, but Frayne going to be taken down. Valen in with the kill. The flash connecting. Gutman eliminated with Flashback, trying to fight back. Probably going to be good for the one. Now just down to Bane and Mako, both playing here from main. The Cosmic Divide here in their face. Gets a jump on the one, finds a second for the defuse. It's just being stuck, and they cannot get there fast enough. The round win goes their way. G2 finally able to double up on the board.
And it took some big ultimates there. Jog finally able to find an opportunity for the dimensional drift. Valen hitting some big shots. Great flash, too, to set him up from Jog, and this Cosmic Divide just makes the round so difficult. So much space that they have to cover with just 2 players left.
You understand the attempt of the Hunter's Fury to try to disrupt and stop him from being able to get into the site, but
sure,
when you don't find an elimination, certainly that hindsight for Bane is going to be saying, oh, if I had held it,
yeah,
have that to try to counteract the Cosmic Divide, cutting them off. He does not. Leaf again looking for an opener. Just going to be forced away.
Flashback actually didn't even take any damage in that exchange. So Leaf just not quite sharp in some of these moments. You know, you can see this game plan that over and over again, it's Leaf pushing that B main corner, trying to use that TP to get the one and done. Again, to slow down these executes, to see if you can find one of those duelists to make it that much harder for DRX to get their game plan into play. Freeing gonna be up towards mid. This time Leaf's gonna try to counter. You know, so often DRX is freeing, has been going through those vents, but they ping it out. They seem to have some awareness that might be a counterplay idea. Maybe he got a spot off the cam, not sure.
Locating targets.
Trent here. We see a little bit.
Drone is down.
This Bane. But that hasn't really been a huge indicator. In fact, they're reading this really well, that sometimes he's been off by himself and it hasn't been him in the direction of where the attack is going to come through, but he's going to respond with the drone. That's going to keep those. Yeah, that's going to keep at least maybe an extra player planted there, but they got to get through some of this util at the site.
Jogamo pushing forward here into the smoke. The clone going through. Big mark pop. Up and over the top, and there's the jump. Mako going to be struck down. Jonah P at the same time back sight. He'll find the enemy Yoro, and Jogamo goes in for a little bit more. Comes away with a kill here on the Frayne. The time now going to be gone. Spike in hand, but no way to plant this one. DRX just going to have to stay back and go for the save. G2 for the first time here on this map find themselves a consecutive round win. DRX will be able to make this a little bit more costly for them. Remember, the money's not in a great spot. DRX slated for a potential 9-3 here if they can get the final round of the half.
Man, Jog. just so smart with his positioning. Flashes himself out even. This DRX none the wiser to that setup. Not ready for it at all. Just lets those duelists bypass him, doesn't care. He's going to be flashback with an op here on the final round.
Cutting through.
Going to see if he can find that early pick.
Just the Armageddon here for the side of G2. Mural theft for the side of DRX. Once again, looking for this aggressive group up at B. Leaf and Jogamo here to try to hold the line with Trent not far away.
He's going to read that angle. That Leaf's in. Leaf peeks it.
Yeah, hell of a flick here.
Yeah.
Staying dialed in on it with that Vandal. Paranoia then sailing. Jogamo finding the first. Sends out a flash to try to delay the flood. Re-peeks in for another kill. That's Bane now taken down. 5v3, Freeing trying to enact this flank. Position at the moment, though, going to be watched by Valen. And he holds the line. G2, these last several rounds, really starting to hit their shots.
But you still have the Armageddon to worry about here, so how are you going to get this plant down? Seems impossible.
Mako gets one, he would have the ultimate, but still have Jonah P.
30
waiting on that A
seconds
side of the map, just in case.
They're just not going to give him anything.
Swap the weapon, going to be heard. Leaf gets the spot out, gets the kill. Jogamo gets the final. 8-4 at the half. G2 rescuing this as much as they possibly can. Looking a hell of a lot more alive in these last several rounds.
Yeah, for sure. And it's all Jogamo again.
All Jogamo all day long. We'll see, though, if G2 can finally pick up a pistol win to jumpstart the second half when we come back after the break.
Default to start this pistol. I don't want to see them go aggro. I want to see them try to work for that map control a little bit. Even on this pistol round, you're going to leave Leaf on his own.
Quick double peek into mid, but now Star's getting placed here onto the B site. Still thrown as well, going to be heard, so Mako calling for the rotations. Will be Bane getting himself in a position to go ahead and try to watch for this one. No, actually just continues to cut across. All eyes from DRX, basically going to be trained now on this site take. Salvo forces them back. Jonah P doing a little bit of damage to the plant, getting ready to come through. Will be allowed to just go ahead and get away with that one, basically for free. Clear the recon. Leaf now on that flank, able to find one. Green going to be taken down. The push forward, Mako dealt with. Fallon goes for this reload, re-swings onto the corner, but Youngman gets the better of him with a ghost in the hand, but damage going to be suffered. Final salvo going to be sent. Util basically expended here from the side of G2. The defuse getting started. Youngman tries to chase forward, but the defuse from the half cannot come in. A triple from Jonah P will get G2 their first pistol win here in this series.
And what an important one it is for them. Come back into this map, a big win for Leaf. Almost doesn't get it. Takes a ton of damage.
Silence.
They know they got to get a little bit more aggressive here. Try to buy some time for Bane to stick the defuse, but they just can't win those battles out in the open. Trying to swing the corner, but it's held. G2 comes in, no buy up to speak of for DRX. They're going to have the Outlaw, they're going to have a couple Bulldogs, they're going to have a Guardian. Stinger for Valen. And this is the problem with this G2 comp. If you let them get into post plants, it is annoying. They have so much stall. Shock darts, Teo salvos. Nice kill for Leaf.
Gets the spot on the Bane as well. The counter swing back out to try to overwhelm, but does have the quick exit.
And
takes a bit of damage, but this opens up the space take here in towards mid. As Mako going to be spammed down. Spotted there by the drone, trying to play within the smoke. Massive misstep and a big punish found.
just add on to it, they also had the Astra to just delay on these plants. That's why I said it's so important for DRX to get ahead of the curve. Obviously, it's the eco. Not going to matter too much here. He's trying to do some damage, but Valen, very aware. See if Bane has anything to say about it. Oh, pulls off the angle. Switch guns.
Little swap as Flashback tries to draw some attention. Bane now going to try to go on that swing and wins out that fight. Now we get taken out. Recon going to be cleared. The window. Trent going to be good for that.
One enemy remaining.
The double push, the drag across though. Jonah P with the stinger. He'll be able to put him down. It's going to be another 3K for him, back to back. Hunter's Fury now online as we go into G2's bonus.
It's going to be a scary one. Going to have tons of firepower to play with. Drone there. Right into the feet of Mako. Just tries to get out and just nothing he can do. Bit of an unfortunate timing, I suppose, but full rifles. DRX looking to try to get back on the right foot on this half. This would be an incredible bonus if G2 can get it to go. Then you really start to have concerns about if we even get to that bind.
It's only freeing here.
Bane's
4-9-2 player to try to hold this line. Bane slotting in at tower. There's a shock to try to potentially clear out some of this util, but
missing the deep one. Usually he's got two. One where that shock dart landed, and then the other one.
he's got one in the back pocket.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, he does. He's still hanging on to it.
Drone now coming forward. Spike's still going to be dropped back over towards the spawn, so not a full commitment onto this at all. It looks like G2 really just wanting to display some of this defensive util. They have been able to do so.
Freeing. Doing a nice job, but
Flashback.
flashback, yeah.
Spot on the one. Back pedals away. Sees the captain of the enemy team. Leaf just going to be left lingering around here.
Makes it tough to read. G2 there, only showing the Astra. Doesn't mean much because of the global util.
Drone going out.
And G2, they can get into position here. They should be able to get a plant down at the very least.
Paranoia to try to delay. Mako, however, going to get ping revealed, and now the Hunter Spear's going to be coming through, but it doesn't even matter. He's already dead. Chogamo's just found him. Pop flash up and over the top, and Flashback cannot find a damn thing as Jonah P gets Bane and freeing. Suddenly he's the last one standing. He can't even try to play for this one. Has to just sit back and wait for that spike to detonate. G2 are going to convert the bonus. Now across the halves, a 6-round win streak of their own. As they're going to be one away from tying things up.
It's just the little things, and it's that one spot onto Val, and it doesn't give you enough as DRX to make the read that you're going to need some help, and they have been brutalizing Mako over on that B site.
Gun here.
Flashback, uncharacteristic, off with the aim. They go hunting. I don't know if they're going to get to freeing in time here or not. Maybe Trent. Yeah, but he stops up. Looks like it should be a gun held for DRX. They just can't get the reads. That's all this is. And obviously, a great spot there on Mako. Dogamo just running through. Nice little flash, but it's uncomfortable. Bane gets spotted by Leaf over in top mid, trying to duel.
Enemy remaining.
That sets up that Hunter's Fury to get the kill too. Phenomenal stuff from G2.
And off the back of that, DRX going to be calling their first timeout here on Abyss.
It's on this defender's side. It offers so much stall, especially if you can find that smokes player. Makes it so easy for freeing to just open up the map, but might not even get there. We'll see. Big push out from DRX, but noted here by Jonah P.
Double ping reveal there. And that's immediately going to have them sprinting now to try to recontrol some parts of this map, and the drone immediately is going to be cleared, but does get a quick little glimpse, I believe, on the multiple players. Smoke forward. Jogamo cut off from the rest of the team, but I don't think he's going to be too bothered about that.
Portal closed.
Oh, thought maybe. Yeah, here we go. Might be a duel.
Hyunmin inching closer and closer. Hyunmin will be winning that one. Potentially a weapon to be scooped up into the hands of Flashback. Leaf on this angle. Now going to be smoked off. They do desperately want to try to recover this one. It's handed over, but Mako at the same time, a quick peek out of A-Main. Taken down. And with that kill, Jonah P, he's sounding, I think I've opened up this side of the map, so come over here to join in with me.
DRX reading it, matching, getting those good rotations at the very least this time. Seemingly something that was talked about. They don't commit.
30 seconds
Try to
left.
find your opportunities. They're all going to be trying to come.
Right through there. And it's going to be Trent. Clean shot. Getting rid of one of those recovered weapons. Freeing now. Dead. Just a 2v4 here. Hyunmin swooping forward is able to find one. Jonah P going to be taking down all 3 remaining players from G2. Disconnected here at main. Salvo's going to be sent to the lake. Cannot get the hold to happen. The star is still going to be set up.
One enemy remaining.
With Hyunmin gone. Vayne could really only hope to potentially do a little bit of damage and just go for the save, and it looks like it's going to be the latter, just hightailing it out of here to safety. Still wary about these flanks, but G2 now continue this run back. 7 rounds in a row to tie it up now at 8-8.
It's going to be a big test for DRX. G2 has found their footing. They've found their groove. They're hitting their shots. They're making good reads. DRX has to find ways to slow this down. Seems like they had a better read in that round, but still getting beat. Some of those pivotal moments, shutting down Flashback, not kind of registering in his brain that there could still be a player watching through mid. I mean, Hyunmin's having a whale of a map, but it's just not enough. It's going to be an operator even for Leaf here. Try to break things open, and DRX is leaving the B site extremely lightly defended. Jogamo has his ult even to set this up, and this looks like retake all the way for DRX. I don't know if they can really shut this down in time. They're trying to scoot into position, but Jogamo out towards the top. Spike being ushered forward. It's going to be an op for Flashback as well.
Already, Spike planted. 5v5 short. The post plant. Util has been so clean here for G2. Paranoia not going to be connecting on the Jogamo. Still here on high, but loses out the fight. Bane able to find one. Play advantage. Now equalized. Leaf puts down Freeing. Jonah P able to tuck back, avoiding that saturate. Rocco coming up with one, but Hyunmin now gone. Leaf continues to be an absolute thorn in their side. Just a tap on the defuse, but the time already starting to get away from them. The salvos now landing here on top of this Spike. DRX need to get on this ASAP. Flashback does provide some covering fire, but the delay from the side of G2 is just looking far too clean. Rocco playing forward, the defuse being held. He's frantically praying for it, but Valen will deny. 9-8, no one left standing, but G2 are out in front.
Beautiful work from Leaf on the backside with the op. Just ruining players as they try to get through. There's no smoke to cut him off. They don't anticipate that he's going to be in that position with that weapon. And Valen able to just spray it down. And you can see what I'm talking about with this comp. The delay puts DRX in awful positions to go for these defuse.
Consider a couple follow-up purchases here for now, looking like maybe just the 2 Guardians. Bane bringing a classic in.
Should be able to scoop up a little bit more if he chose, but they're probably saving for the op.
Want to play? Let's play.
There's that tour de force.
You want to fight it?
Rocco playing close, dead. Leaf able to dispatch him with relative ease. Couple shots out, but the Cosmic Divide keeping Freeing protected there for the moment. It's Flashback.
It's all ruse.
Gonna look to try to drop down and eventually could find this kick, but they've missed each other like ships in the night. But Flashback no gets the read. Coup de grace to the back of the head. Trent now gone. The weapon going to be recovered. But the Spike planted here a world away from DRX.
Got to try to come from multiple angles here. You have a couple of ults. You could play for this retake. Wouldn't be too surprised the DRX just let it rip.
They do have the dimensional drift, and that's going to go ahead of alert here as Jogamo plays forward. Just the clone coming in around the corner. Flashback going to be running out of time. Sets up for that flash for his exit, but Ring has been taken down. Flashback into the open, able to find one, but Leaf there with a follow-up. The tour de force shuts them down, slows up the approach from backside. And it's still the player advantage here for the side of G2. Hyunmin going for the tap. 2 more shots left here. And the call to save being made. The Guardian will get taken down. The Phantom going to be recovered, but G2 continuing on this warpath.
Yeah, this is just so fun to watch them, man. They're so smart. The Cosmic Divide here completely befuddles DRX. They commit fully to it. I mean, even though you get this freebie onto Trent in the long run, Not much of a difference maker.
I actually
Appreciate
just
the
got
attempt
cooked,
from
bro.
Freeing to
Timing
try to
me on
go
the
for the
axle while
lurk,
bend.
but it's red. And it's just,
Deep.
again, the game plans, the thought process of Valen.
You see it there, 9 rounds consecutively from half to half. DRX looking for a crunch play out of B, but there is no one home from G2. Leaf nearby enough to hear plenty of this. Thrown out. It's a spot on the 1. Concuss to try to force him back. Jogamo Valen moving forward, trying to take this space. 3 players from DRX around the bend. Go in for the peek, and Jogamo will be left on the floor. Flashback just on the opposite side here of the doorway. The salvo to break it open. And Leaf be able to find another kill here in mid. Valen's still going to be there, but no, gets displaces. Hyunmin finds 1. Trent on the hunt, looking for Hyunmin. Gets the readjust, gets the headshot, but cannot get that kill.
There they are.
Now down to Jonah P. There by the camera, revealed, and Flashback has the timing from on high. The win streak finally going to be broken here by DRX as they bring the gap back down to 1 round, separating. There is not much that they could do
It's all about these
the purchases here, because the economy
Yeah.
from G2, they sell plenty of money on plenty of players.
You're absolutely right. It's thriving. But this is all about that early pressure you're able to create on one side of the map, and then a quick pullback, go towards mid to test that space.
1 enemy remaining.
And they do so well. They've got a great contained setup off the back of that early aggression. Now they're going to try it on a different side, but G2, similar ideas. Like they maybe think that they can make a play for mid, but that dart should have alarm bells ringing. It's the same setup. Look for the hit, doesn't come through. Get the Hunter's Fury for Bane, and then fall back. Now play your default. Now try to play a little bit more off that info game.
Shifted away from this A position pretty heavily.
They can get there quick, as long as they don't commit too heavily towards that B side.
Throwing the check in the mid, nothing going to be spotted there. Bane does join back in. Hunter's Fury maybe try to slow up or deny the plant, but Mako for now taking point.
Is he going to go for that double TP play again? Nah, he's spotted.
Yeah, has been noted. Now he's going to be there, but slowed down and leap up and over the top, on top of the box. Is able to find the kill. Mako eliminated the paranoia, now a non-factor here for G2. Divergent paths here from Hyunmin to try to slow the approach, but G2 not looking to rotate, still very much committed to this side of the map.
The pause, trying to get into the heads of DRX.
He'll drop down and swing in. Leave Jonah P.
30
Both
seconds.
going to get picked apart,
Spike down.
and it seems like we may have an issue.
Slow down.
Jogamo looking like he's going to be talking to admins here, so we'll have to wait and see. But for now, DRX probably just wondering what in the hell the other players are
10
doing.
seconds left.
So bear with us.
Got a little bit weird there, yeah.
Yeah.
1 enemy remaining.
Have to wait and see exactly what's going to come through of that.
Have to see when the issue is flagged as well.
Emotional position. And that's something that DRX is going to have to dig into as well, but look at this. 4 players here for DRX, 4 for G2.
Things are about to get very bloody very quickly. They're looking for the crunch play here yet again. Hyunmin goes into the peak, the ping reveal, finding 4, and Mako able to find 1. Looks to dip out. Convergent pass now going to be sent through. Flashback able to steady that spray to find 1. Bane gets lead. Jogamo dead. The challenge now trying to do it all, but can only find the 1. DRX right back into it, saying, no. We want that 10-10.
What a setup they've got going here. The paranoia to allow Hyunmin to dash up into the window. He throws a saturate, then throws his ult. They get the ping reveal. It is just a compressed G2, and they get smothered. That is absolutely a brilliantly designed play. What a time to bring it out. I don't think we've seen that one yet from DRX. Bane has his ult, Jonah P has his.
G2 kick back economically here. Hunter's Fury going to be opened up. Jogamo going to be tagged and sprayed it down. Freeing, able to collect it, but the spike still planted. Leaf seeing Hyunmin, peeks in for a little bit more, but loses his life. Scenario Theft is now going to be invested, revealing the 3 remaining players for Pack, but it's into the open, so Valen can collect. Strips up a weapon. Will be an upgrade here for him. Is freeing, dead to the shock.
Look at all this delay.
Diffuse has been held to half, but Flashback playing ringing around the Rosie. Joins back in, up and over the top, and Diffuse is just going to be stuck. The Armageddon is far too late. Flashback doing his job, keeps him distracted. His Bane will still fall, but this round is DRX's.
Oh my gosh. I thought for sure G2 actually had that. I'm looking at their ults. I'm looking at who's left on the team. The 3 big post-plant, the layers are still there. Walks into it, but Bane just sticks. A little bit of a guttural shout there from Flashback. What a bonkers last couple of rounds.
I mean, Trent's going to be kicking himself. They still committed with the Armageddon. It was just far too late. Still an opportunity, though, as they go back into this buy. So that's a critical tool that they are now lacking. Jogamo going to be one away from that. Next Dimensional Drift is freeing. Just trying to cheat forward. Tucks back around the backside once again. Jogamo goes up and over the top, and Flashback's there for the covering fire. Finds the opening kill. Oh, turn on the peak, finishing the job. The Cypher now gone. Mask goes in. There's Flashback, looking for the spot out, and Bane plays off of it well, but Trent is still there to try to bail them out. Big spotted, repositions, goes up and over the top. The Hunter's Fury now going to be sent in here for the side of Jonah P. Spike going to be dropped down onto the floor. Hyunmin arriving, finding, killing, leap down, dead. Hyunmin gets the headshot, and DRX are now up to map point, one away from sending us the distance.
It's just chaos. DRX is just throwing bodies at the problem. Flashback using his ult, able to find one through the box before Leaf is able to trade him out, but Hyunmin there on point. And gets some praise from the IGL. Mako likes what he sees. He was trying to get back over to help him out. And here we go, map point for DRX.
G2 needing 2 more to try to take this into overtime. Flashback on the angle here, staring down into mid, but Trent not going to be giving him the opportunity here to get that shot off. Gate Crash slowly inching its way to get into a forward position. Hasn't been spotted. I'm not sure if they actually quite registered.
Bane's not looking that way.
They do have Bane right on top of this thing.
Who's next?
Likely not going to be taken, especially now that the mask goes on. Jogamo, look at the scout out this site. I'm not sure if he's going to be seeing too much of anything. Double salvo is already going to be sent as Jogamo on the peak. Spotting 2 there at back sight. Hyunmin just plays the timing, takes a shot and leave. Gets taken out of the equation. The reveal on the jaw, the spam attempt. Jonah P able to avoid that, gets the spike in play. Hyunmin here, snaps on. Shutting down Jonah. Convergent path's now going to be coming through. Trent going to be caught by this one. Stuck here around the corner, trying to get that crosshair set up, but Hyunmin just does not swing wide enough. And now it's all down to Jogamo, and he cannot find it. 13 to 10, DRX persevere to push this all.
Last time out, able to get the adjustments they needed, able to get through a tech pause, and stand up when they needed it most. And they're going to go all ghosts versus quite a few classics, and of course, the Jogamo Frenzy. And it has to be a strong defender side because G2 is fearsome on their defender side. Both of these teams want to do damage.
Quick snake bite here, just looking to try to shut this down as Hyunmin going to be refracting all the way back through. Doesn't get the opportunity to try to go for that peak as Jogamo just going to be hounded down. Trent will fight back for 1. Close combat, clears out that clone. Jonah P opens up hookah, Spring goes down, but Flashback here, drops the spike now. 2 players from G2 split away from this objective.
We're just gonna have to try the rewrap. No util left.
You have to wonder why. Is the spike in hand there? Nobody else committing forward. So far away. Will just be a wrap back around the long.
Yeah, they want to get that deadlock util deep. Set up for those post plants, but DRX able to stand firm. Gunman thought about in the corner. Haunt check close.
Swing out, and Hyunmin great for the 1 tap. Valen needing to pull off some incredible heroics, but just doesn't have the health to do it. DRX will continue to maintain dominance here in the pistols. 4-1 in that regard, but G2 now starting on this attacker side. We suspect the Stinger buy should be coming in.
Definitely could be thought about.
Enemy remaining.
Gunman's so sharp on Abyss. Still looking clean here on Bind. Bane, always going to be that hype man.
To go back in though, they're not going to be going for it.
Looks like it's couldn't get that plant down. Maybe just don't feel like the extra money's going to be there. A little bit of util being bought here and there, but otherwise it's just classics.
Haunt cleared, quick exit. Gate crash forward as the saturate. Does go in, but Gunman not looking to overextend, plays it out very patiently.
Yeah, I like that. Something, oh, thought that would connect.
Orb going to be given over here, Leaf. Believe the one that grabbed that up. This flashback just looking to play contain. Keep these players locked into showers. And on a very thin line, but not going to be flashing himself in. Just looking to make G2 think twice, but that tiny little gap in the smoke, more than enough for flashback to be able to collect the kill.
Portal closed.
Valen just not even looking. Flashback ready for the smoke to drop. Off to the other side of the map goes the TP. Check through the teleporter of the Prowler. So a little bit of pressure going to be put onto Mako and Bane.
Gunner.
God, Mako, good for the first. Good for more.
It looks forward, does eventually get overwhelmed, but it's a weapon that can get scooped up. But Jogamo able to do a little bit more damage here. So he'll just tuck back, perhaps grab the orb, but
My portal broke.
seems like he's just going to go TPing, wanting to try to get the spike planted. And will be able to do so. It's DRX. Quickly storm their way back across here towards this A side of the map.
10 seconds left. Spike planted.
Nice damage done.
Lone to try to lead the charge, and flashback there at Heaven. Puts himself at 3K as DRX will get the 2-0 start.
Yeah, let's see if that's maybe a sign of things to come for Jog on this map. That's decent damage. It looked like it was going to be pretty clean there, but has a nice flash out. Bane can't quite fully turn it. Some good holds from flashback, though, at Showers. I like the way they play that. Something that frustrated me with EDG early on in this tournament on this map was on an anti-eco, Kong went for the big flash player right around that same corner, committed to it, and EDG fell.
Cutting through.
But Gunman, wise to that big push, sees if he maybe catches somebody on the edge of that saturate. A big B stack. Gonna be a shotgun for Mako.
FD in hand, playing at Hookah. Bond gonna be cleared, Bane. Now hearing the stealth drone rushing forward, looks for the clear, but does get caught. Prowler will reveal the Bucky here after all. Mako just layering in this molly, just go ahead and keep himself isolated away from the enemy players for now. Jogamo gonna be able to find one, flashback gonna be taken down. That's that Bulldog now out of the equation for DRX, losing out on a good amount of firepower.
Deadlock wall in place. Should be pretty tough for DRX. Mako just stuck in Hookah.
Multiple mags to try to break down these segments and still have to clear another if you want to try to scale forward into this site whatsoever.
Yep.
Swing in. Jogamo will lose his life. Clear the segment. Hold forward, but no, Leaf not going to be good for that second kill. Gunman is able to find him. Weapon now upgraded over to the Vandal. Valen spotted here into the corner. Bane going to be swinging forward, managing to get that kill.
Whoa.
It's a headshot, snappy in on towards Trent. Time now starting to get away as the Prowler will be chasing in. The round is over, but the damage is dealt. DRX not going to be able to convert this bonus, but they get damn close. It's only Jonah P left standing.
That's more damage than I thought they were going to get out of that retake. Just another great entry from Yunmin. G2. Nice opener for Jaw. When he's getting first kills, good things tend to follow. It's an overwhelming position. Still with nothing but a Bucky there for Mako. Didn't have much hope. A great saturate from Yunmin to set up Bane. So it's going to be a bunch of weird weapons coming into this one. Flashback going to go for the Outlaw. Got a couple players on G2 are weak to it.
Sees net. Flashback does get caught by that, but has the exit. Jogamo storming forward to open up some space here for Leaf. They think better of it, wanting to get Dimensional Drift online rather than put Leaf one away.
Yeah, I like this. These are such impactful rounds for G2 is when Jog has that ult because he's so steady. He's so smart with it. He knows where the gaps in the defenses are. Will catch you from behind when you're just not ready. So going to switch sides of the map seemingly. Leave Leaf on his own. Does get checked by the Prowler, but it's starting to look like it's going to shape up to be a B hit. Again.
Crash now sent out. Flashback will be able to join in quickly. Spain just fishing for anything that he can get. Sends the haunt. Here's two guns fire off now. Dimensional Drift going to be in play. It's Jogamo. Goes forward here. Scouting at the side. Gets the spot onto ones. Looking for a little bit more. Finds Mako. Will have to go here for the exit. Peels out, but it's right in front of Bane, who's able to go ahead and shut him down. Mako at the same time. Steady here on the site. Puts himself a second. And sprays down for the 4K. Orbital Strike now online. DRX not allowing for G2 to tie it up.
What great stuff here from Mako. Gets hit with a ton of util. Bane's there to at least cover Jog's exit from the Dimensional Drift. And they just line up a bit for him too.
Nice!
I want to give a shout out to Bane. He was the top fragger for DRX against Team Liquid on this map. Doing a nice job holding down this B-long angle. Gonna shift positions a bit. Now it's gonna be freeing over on this side. Flashback.
Oh, goes off the Prowler, opening the door, and Leaf is immediately dispatched. Woo. Great setup. Spain nearly getting caught here. Sends out that seize. Tries to align the spray for the second kill, but cannot make it happen. Weapon not yet going to be collected, though. It's deep in the garden. They set up the smoke to try to collect it, but Mako, he's just doing the Mako thing, and he's just taking names through smokes. Fallon to see if he can try to get any additional damage dealt here, but freeing a little bit faster on the draw. DRX now up 4-1.
This is going to be a crazy round coming up. Both teams sitting on some pivotal ults. You've got the Annihilation, you've got the Orbital Strike, you've got the Armageddon for G2. This little trick play there with the Prowler. Bane just trying to throw that seize down and bail himself out. Hates Mako.
Like he's got a turret.
And then you've got Dimensional Drift, Nightfall, Orbital Strike for Mako, so both teams sitting here on a lot of ults. For G2, the economy will be bad if they can't get this to go.
Armageddon going to be sent out, clear out this Showers angle. Stealth drone to try to chase forward. As Ring does get marked, and that's going to be the Orbital Strike. He's just being forced to push forward in towards the enemy team. Does eventually get taken down, but it's going to be 2 kills found here as Leaf gets burnt to a crisp. Solid response. Jogamo able to go ahead and bring this back to parity with the damage onto him so very much. The regen shield not going to be doing much when you got 5 health behind it. Spike now stranded out in front of the portal.
And now you've got good coverage here of Showers with the operator. Trent goes for the peek. Could be in trouble. Haunt, try to get some info. Dodged by Trent. Flash over the top.
Bane just going to be shrugging that one off. Getting out from here. Yep, looking impossible. 3 players surviving. The op still in hand. DRX. Once again, accruing a massive win streak here for themselves. Even the Annihilation ends up getting burned here.
And it's because DRX is so quick to react off of this ult pressure that Mako's able to get into a position to cover with an Orbital Strike of his own. Sure freeings in Dead Man's Land.
Must be G2 fans. 4 Sheriffs, classic here for Jogamo. Try to pull off a Thrifty, work some magic, get back into that driver's seat.
And they're going to spread the map a little bit early. Push out, 3-man, Stim Beacon there. Valen looks for the fadeaway, but doesn't connect. Immediately, a peel off for DRX. Flashback going to be up in heaven. Keeping that Showers angle on lockdown as best as he can. And got to be a little bit careful there, Bane, but Cannot be understated. No, they're going to push this, it looks like.
Prowler to check. Clone to go ahead and clear it. For now, no real access over towards this B side of the map.
This is all a ruse, but DRX isn't biting. They've held their ground.
Players.
Yeah, their strong side still A. Hunman one away from his ult. Some ult cycles here. Pretty impactful for DRX to keep their leads solid.
Salvator's own back, but Snakebite to delay. Bit of damage, as well as Decay coming through. His flashback just going to be putting that mask on, and immediately the wall segment's going to be broken down. As there's the spot out, Gunman just swoops in. He's able to find the spike planter, but doesn't keep himself alive. Push out, Valen with a great shot is able to find flashback through the smoke. Spike not yet being committed to, maybe an opportunity for a pivot. As Molly goes off to cut off this angle of approach from Freeing. Will be sticking to it here on this A side.
It's all about Bane's lurk.
Face your fear.
Mako getting deafened there. As that Nightfall goes across, Jonah P going to be taken down to 3v3. No weapons recovered here for the side of G2, so still going to be operating with just the pistol to try to make this happen. Leaf going to be known. Balance position as well. Noted. As Mako holds his own for one, looks for the second. Runs out of bullets though, and Leaf on the peak is able to find Freeing, so the fuse not held to half quite just yet. Valen swoops in, finds it, and confirms the MasterCard Thrifty with a 3K.
Oh man, what a win for G2. Right when they needed it most, they're able to dial up a special round. This kill on the flashback, pivotal. Able to get that spike planted. Wow, Valen hitting some beauties with the Sheriff. Yeah, now it's time for the DRX fans to mold a little.
Given how things have been going, losing a round like that, to just get this massive injection of cash back into the hands of G2.
And you get the op for Jog.
Could be messing with him. It's a clone through, flashback, the real thing still sticking around now, going to be forced in to that teleporter, but it's a double stack setup here. G2 effectively trapping him in position until they force out. And a final little jump, but yeah, Mako deep into market.
He's just gonna hold there, just looking for info.
Not sure if they're gonna give him any audio cues here.
He's gonna,
Spike gonna be recovered.
I think he might have heard a little bit.
Freeing at the same time, able to find Jonah P down short. Valen caught with a knife in hand, stims his way out, and Trent, a very nice shot to get the shutdown there onto Mako. It's still going to be a player advantage to the side of DRX.
Now you're going to have this op to contend with no smokes to cover. So one way or another, you're going to be walking into danger. Jog trying to do what he can.
Quick peek in, but this time no one at home there in heaven. Checks in close. Spotted.
This is all going to be on flashback.
Makes his exit. Does still have that operator on the line here.
30 seconds.
Try to hold it down. The swing getting ready to come through. Salvo forces him off the angle. He eats the pulse, re-peeks it, does find Trent, confirms the spike as well. A flash to try to delay. I believe he caught the glimpse onto Leaf, and Leaf catches a stray. Jaw gonna be good for one. It will just be a grab of the orb here. And a concession of the round. Not gonna be able to get this one over the line.
Love that from flashback. The confidence to go through the salvo for the follow-up. Gets the spot after the flash onto Leaf. Able to shut that round down. Great opener from Freeing as well in that onto Jonah P. Didn't get to see it just through the smoke.
Yeah.
And this is so brilliant from Mako, finding the gaps.
You can see the sheer panic there on Valen's face. Completely unread.
Economy's wonky for G2. They're able to get a couple rifles to back up the op. Stinger for Jonah P. He's looking for some of that pressure, but so far DRX hasn't had to dip into that well. They've been able to play some pretty default-heavy stuff. Shut down the chokes. Get those crossfires. Outduel their opponents. That's how they've been winning here so far. Ooh, the timing there.
The shot, but yeah, just split second too late to be able to find some damage. Pressure now coming through as Leaf is just pushing off the back of that one, but Mako, top of two, takes him down. Rough go of it so far here for Leaf. Prowler will eventually get the grab. Op going to be noted. Dogmo trying to see if that swing out of showers ends up coming in. See, he's getting the connection. The shot not going to be going in, but Freeing still holding the line. Is able to find one. That's their own operator. Now down on the ground, and Jonah P gets some damage, but cannot get the kill. Hyunmin locks onto the head so very quickly. Once again, G2 left reeling, looking like they're just going to stay tucked back to save these rifles.
Mako maybe has something to say about this, but Trent holding in ADS. Let's see if Mako gets the read.
Checks in towards that position, swings in, and will be met with his demise. One away now from another orbital strike, but does hand over a weapon upgrade to Trent. A bit of a consolation prize here, perhaps. Freeing maybe looking to try to take it away from him. Has he read the reposition? He has. He can't do anything about it. Either way, 7-2 now. DRX confirming a lead at the half. The question is, how massive is it going to be?
This is just a huge win for Mako out in the open. He tries to swing, but can't quite get there. Wow, that is fast from Hyunmin. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
If you're Jonah P, what more can you say about it? Man just hit one hell of a shot.
I mean, he's come alive. Freeing's got the pit. He's just going to let it go off the rip and short.
Dimensional drift here at the ready for Dragamo. Freeing's playing back, so might actually not be committing it in quite just yet. Maybe see what the early contact looks like on the opposite side of the map.
Got players here to help clear this drone.
Just be cleared. Clones coming through. Saul, an elbow there. Flashback. Going to be eating some damage here. A hell of a lot of it. As he falls down to 28.
Time to jump.
G2 now going for the pivot, and Mako already on the rotate, making his way back through the spawn.
Look at Leaf. He's just tucked in, watching that TP in case Flashback had to take it.
Dimensional drift now going to be coming in.
Here.
Far too late to try to send that pit. Maybe for a retake. Dogamo to get himself situated forward here. Into lamps as the pit now does go down.
I like that. That slows Jog up.
And they try to contest this. Spike gets planted. Jonah P going to be cooked though. As Trent also gets taken down. Barrier mesh trying to get cleared out. Fallon here at Dice. Gets the spot out, but now has been noted. Pit, Fallen, Decay coming through, up and over the top, into the refract, just trying to draw that attention, trying to see if they can spray him out of this position. He narrowly manages to stay alive with 20 HP, but Flashback on the peak finds one, and Leaf can only get one himself. The defuse to come in, the timeout to mean nothing. It's 8-2 as DRX maintain a chokehold on this defense.
This is such a clever pit from Freeing. It completely nullifies what Jog wants to do into that Lamps position and try to go for that flash in the repeat to at least get one. And then they just wait him out. He gets impatient. He's holding with the shorty for the longest time, trying to make the big play.
And if not for that decay damage on the Jonah P, he could have gotten out of the orbital strike.
Right.
Could have been another player there to try to pull off that post plant.
Yeah, it reaches all the way into that default position too. What a heads-up play from Freeing. Bit of a rough day for him, but that one was a difference maker.
Oh, and Flashback! What a shot! Unbelievable as Leaf is just not allowed to do anything!
My jaw's on the floor. That is unreal.
Well, this jaw's still alive. He's going to look to try to bring them back into this in a 4v5, but still just does have that stinger. Stealth drone going Bane's way. Gets cleared out, TP forward in towards the corner, just going to be a fake.
Prowler to confirm presence though, so that means going to keep this three-player strong side. Bane there, deals with the clone with the shorty. Flashback just ringing shots through the smoke. He knows they're stuck here. See, there's still enough time for one more rotate.
Some more damage going to be taken. Snake bite to try to slow up the approach here. Freeing has him lined up. A damn near collapse. As Fallon's the last one standing. And not for very long. A flawless round as DRX continue on their march. What a play from Flashback. Absolutely astounding.
And what a time to go for it. Starting to feel himself, starting to get that confidence. They haven't shown a crazy amount of pressure early like that.
But now, pick your poison, DRX. 9-3 curse or the 10-2 again. Annihilation online here for the side of G2. VALORANT can get an orb. We'll have an orbital strike.
Yeah, you're so close to the Armageddon as well for Trent.
Big fight to try to delay once again. Flash off the angle here is freeing. Clears the clone. Spot on the Bane. But Alt not going to be able to get the grab. He's now coming in. VALORANT able to cook Flashback. Finds him there with a molly. Quick turn up. Bane covering fire. Keeps him protecting the Armageddon. Pushes him forward. And Bane gets the shutdown on the leaf. Chaos ensues here on the site. Is Gunman catching a glimpse. Sending a saturate. Re-swings looking for VALORANT, but cannot make it happen. Now it all comes down to Mako. 1v2 to try to clutch it up. Sends out the molly, but now in position. Very much known. The molly's a little bit too late, but he finds the first headshot. VALORANT going to be struck down. Looks to try to clear up the barrier mesh. And he gets him! Jonah P! Shut down as Mako is indomitable! Another clutch! Another 10-2 half!
How does he keep doing it? The gentle giant, all reliable, the 1v2, and somehow, some way, he gets it done.
Absolutely incredible. G2 needing the pistol to try to bring this back. We'll see if they can get it done when we come back after the halftime.
To be now. This defender side has to get off on the right foot. Couple frenzies, all ghosts again for DRX.
It's been 4-1 in pistols across the series so far. G2 only able to find one to start off that second half of Abyss. And they need it now more than ever. Leaf contact here at Showers. Immediately considering sending that barrier mesh, but thinks better of it. There's a stealth drone up and over the top. Going to be able to get a spot out here as well. There's that null on to 2.
TP. Jog from behind. And he's going to go back.
Trent pulling away from the angle. Freeing. Zone here for the moment. Salvo just to delay this plant.
Nice and slow now.
Mako tucked into the corner. Headshot going to be found by VALORANT. Gets a spray down. Gunman eliminated. Mako looking for one. Will be able to find it. Leaf going to be struck down, but Jogamo quick to reply. Maintains a player advantage here for the side of G2. Leaf now making his way over. VALORANT finds himself another. Wow. Great right click. Because that has DRX very much on the back foot. Flashback down to 51.
One enemy
The hold the half and Bane going down ensures the victory here for G2. Coming alive. And they so desperately need it.
Yeah, they're getting on their feet. And it's another IGL leading from the front. VALORANT there. Able to survive the one-tap headshot. Scoops up the ghost, puts it to great use there. Takes Bane out of the equation. Not much that DRX can do. Great stall with the Tejo utility again. Giving themselves some hope, giving themselves a chance. Some stingers, an outlaw, a specter for Trent. Nothing but classics for DRX, opting to just go for the full eco. A little bit of util bought up. A heavy stack to B side. I believe that's where Jog's outlaw is.
Quick clear on that haunt.
Yeah, the smoke is a little bit sus.
Yeah, bit of a gap. Try to play around. Crash going forward, and oh, Hyunmin. The corpse sent flying as Flashback joins him in the grave. Great opening shots from Jogamo.
Caught him going in the light speed. Amazing reactions from Jog.
Don't often get to talk about ragdoll effects too much in VALORANT. A little bit on display there.
That was absolutely wild. Well, now you're going to have to be contesting with the deadlock util.
Leaf here at range, getting a spot.
Throwing net.
Net going to be lobbed forward. Should get the grab. Mako locked in position. Leaf, let's go ahead and get a free kill. On pace here for a flawless is G2. So in this gap, with the 6 rounds separating.
30 seconds left.
Just trying to see if there's any way they can get a plant in.
Group forward, Trent holding here with the Spectre, has the spray down onto one, anticipates the second. He won't be able to find it because a little bit too late, but Leaf is there to capitalize. Well, just the one death. G2 off to the races here. Can they get the bonus conversion? It's even better the second time.
It really is.
Fake.
Oh, man. Just a belly flop onto the floor. Bit of a belly flop of a round, but it's an eco. And you're going to have only a couple Guardians here for DRX.
It's full armors to try to avoid this outlaw.
Yep.
So it does hurt the firepower potentially a bit.
I'll find you.
Just got to find your moments here as DRX. Oh, and that's one.
The hunt revealed, Jogamo greeting for the orb. I do believe ends up getting taken down. It's a great setup. Flashback in response, eats a shot though. Damn near dead.
They're just lining up for this B hit, but G2 senses it. They feel it. They've taken so much space at A because of Leaf. He's going to be
Swooped
quick.
all the way out, yeah.
He's going to be quick on this flank, and they might not be aware of it. The deadlock util in hookah as well.
Prowler forward, there's the stun. Leaf not scaling though, he's holding back, maybe anticipating that a flank is going to be coming through, or rather a rotation. Tianmin hits the floor, but Trent is going to be taken down. Mako able to find Jonah P. Valen able to avoid the C's. Here's the dropout, gets the transition. Bane going to be taken down, and Mako is there. Pen shot through the tube. It's a 3v2. Spike now planted, Leaf. Just that Spectre in hand. No real weapons able to be recovered. Swing onto this corner, and Freeing will find the headshot. DRX not allowing for that bonus conversion as they take one more step towards closing out this series.
Doing
He's dead on the other side of the map. I misread that completely.
Valen, man, he's trying his damnedest. Hits a couple good ones, but Mako just right on point with that Guardian. And there's just no more timeouts available for G2.
It's a glass cannon.
Got to ride the ship, see if they can get Jog going. They get some wind in these sails. Oh my God.
Leaf is just not having a good time over at Showers. Flashback consistently having his number, whether it's from the defense, from the attack. He's just got that down pat.
They're just going to take their time. Looking for any attempted lurks, but you've already shut down the main lurker. Trent will go for those from time to time, of course, but Prowler doesn't confirm anything. Jonah P with just a stinger. Nothing he can do. Nothing he can do.
A headshot on the Mako, but the kill not found. Stim beacon now. Here's the Mosquito goes in. No one to bite. It means that plenty of open space to get this plant. 5v3, the orbital can't be a consideration, and G2 have to save. They have to allow for DRX to get up to match point.
It's unreal to be in that position that quickly. You force up an op, and you just can't get any value out of it. DRX just storms through, playing Jonah P like a fiddle there at long. That's round over. And to have to save, giving up match and series point, I mean.
8 chances for DRX to close this out. Orbital strikes available on both sides. Leaf one away from that annihilation. But even if this does continue, the ult economy very much starting to get spun up here from DRX. Flashback is just absolutely dialed in.
He's fearsome right now. Him and Mako, the 1-2 punch. And now G2's tournament life is on the line. Champions felt like something they could accomplish. It was in their grasp. And DRX may be pulling off the upset of the tournament.
Jogamo gonna look to try to maybe replicate some of that magic that Flashback was putting up. And now
Could wait for the Tejo drone to help open, but he uses the clone.
DRX is back away. Jogamo on the TP, gets himself over in towards the spawn to try to reinforce this B site.
Got
The
spike.
spike gets recovered. It seems like DRX once again just want to attack.
Little bit
in
of-
towards B.
A little bit of change up in the sonic sensor positionings here. One where Hyunmin likes to land on B site, one in a different spot in Hookah. They're looking to try to play off that.
Drone gets a spot on the 2. Grab net gonna be lobbed in. Sensor gonna be cleared. Jogamo finding the shot. Quick exit, but now he's back across the opposite side of the map. Orbital gonna be called in. Bane gonna be taken down. Valen finding value off the ultimate. Gives them a 2-player advantage. As Hyunmin strafing forward and right into Leaf's grasp. A weapon upgrade, and it seems like G2 not done quite just yet.
30 seconds left.
Should be undoable. DRX just in terrible positions.
Last player standing.
Timing shot. And there's the cleanup. Flawless fashion, exactly what the doctor ordered. G2, they hang in. Now needing 7.
They're going to have an annihilation. They're going to be sitting on some good ults. That's a great one there. Bane just has no choice to accept his fate.
Remaining. Flawless.
Leaf with a nice stinger kill. Hyunmin not able to react this time. He did earlier in the match. You do have that orbital for Mako. Guardian to back it up.
One away from a dimensional here for both of the Yorus.
Let's see if there's going to be a play for the orb. They're setting Jog up.
The peak. That's Flashback dead.
Cutting through.
Massive kill here for the side of Jogamo. As Valen gets the spot out, but cannot get that kill. Puts Freeing down low. Can't put him 6 feet under. Flash is sent to try to delay. Jonah P. Grabs here by that grasp, just locked into position. Seas will expire. Tucks back around to back site as they wait for the reinforcements to come through.
Yeah, they're waiting for that Tejo util. Actually, a
Managed
little
to get
bit.
out. Now the smokes have dissipated. That opens up a line here for Jogamo. He's going to put the mask on, go into the dimensional drift. Already a pivot back here from Trent, just in case they work their way back across over towards that B site. Annihilation gets the grab,
I'm back.
and that's going to be the kill confirmed here. Hyunmin, no other recourse. A 3v4.
Where are you?
Quick pivot, Jonah P. Arriving here at the site. Trent looking, finds it, kills it. Bane dead. Spike stranded. Freeing still on alert. Back across the opposite side of the map. He will be able to find that elimination, but now Spike so far out. Mako can't just grab it and try to go for a TP play. Zed has to try to fight his way out of this one, but it's only going to be good for the single kill. G2
10 seconds left.
continuing to persevere. Halfway to OT.
That is this op for Jog that's going to be taken away. See if they can have enough to buy back into it. That's been a big, big difference maker. He's been able to get those big first kills. Knocking Flashback out of the round. Pivotal there. Denies that orb, denies that drift. They're so ready for it. That Prowler to set it up. Bane just not even registering that somebody could be an elbow already. You know, the Tejo had been over onto A. Had used
Decides to go ahead and bring out that dimensional drift.
just a classic for Mako here. So may not see any ults invested from DRX in this round unless they get some favorable early trades, perhaps.
Any kind of opening kill, perhaps, but now it's Jonah P. holding quite far back away from Garden.
Toxins going up.
We'll scale over towards Fountain.
Toxins
DRX just in a late linger here. Freeing, trying to see if he gets anything else over on this side of the map.
It's to clear with a pistol, trying to hide that up. Keep it safe.
They have to know that it was taken. Jogamo looking for a quick peek, but Mako stays tucked back over at Market. Not spotted. Crystal gets the clear, so they still have this hidden away. Another smoke cycled in here from VALORANT, just trying to make this unassailable, but for now, G2 have their players in position for a potential exec onto the B site, but with that exit, DRX thinking otherwise.
Drone comes through in response, though. See if this gets a rotate out of Valen. Already starting to fall back a bit. Maybe looking to absorb the pressure of an execute, but
30
Valen
seconds left.
is taking too long. He's sliding over to try to get into position. There's one more smoke. There's the molly. Dog here. Get a big one. Oh, the smoke right in time.
Hyunmin jumping forward, gets himself in towards Lambs. Jogamo, however, able to find one. Bane going to be taken down the net now at the ready. Hyunmin able to find one. Jogamo, however, finds another, and the time is starting to dwindle. 7 seconds, needing to try to get this spike planted, but they've just been zoned away. And they're not going to be able to find the kills. Everyone from G2 could just tuck tail, hide away. They give themselves another round. Hyunmin, he will rip all their weapons out of their grasp, but G2, they do not go quietly into the night.
Hanging on by a thread. And it's that Teho util at the end and jogs up that buys them the time they need. Nice flash there to set himself up. Flashback good for it, but Freak's so weak. Couldn't even stand in it. Even dies to it anyway.
Nice,
let's go, boys.
Trying to get a quick
Rounds
replant
around. We
there.
have money. Rounds around.
It is going to be that op. So they're going to cut funds otherwhere. Yeah,
Mako has the op.
why not?
I mean, man used to be a Jet player. 5 ultimates available here for DRX, given the non-investment in the previous round.
Who's next?
Flashback, goes through the dimensional drift, gets a spot out. Trent wary about some added pressure coming his way. It's going to be a spot on the 2 players so far, but JP unscouted. Convergent path's going to be going through. Orbital strike looking for a catch. Valen backpedaling, able to avoid that one, but it's going to be Jonah P. Dead off the rip. Flashback gets himself into the side, finds Valen, gets the spray! Jogamo going to be good for one, but as he makes his exit with that quick kill gate crash, he goes all the way back across the opposite side of the map. Now into a 3v2 as DRX look to try to bring this to its conclusion, and G2 look to try to keep their tournament lives going, but Hyunmin finds Leaf. It's just Jogamo, and he cannot make it happen! 13-7, DRX will not